Hello everyone, you are tuning in to Texas Black Diamond ENT with your girl Texas Black Diamond. I'm posting some clips here because the prosecutors said that Robert is this crime lord that's gonna go in and do all the things that these crime lords have done back in the past, cutting off heads, chaining people down and throwing them in the lake, and just all these different things, threatening them, and stuff like that. And I just want to show a few clips and call bullshit on the prosecutors and the things that they are alleging in their motions here, because at the same time, if he was so dangerous as you guys claim him to be, why these people never been in protective service? Witness protective service, okay? And witness protective services. I'm just trying to figure that out. Why? You just jumping out with all kinds of stuff. For the next, y'all go say he know magic. He don't know. He know how to make himself disappear. I mean, I don't know. But I just wanted to drop this, you guys, and just I'm gonna just go in and say what I gotta say about it, how I feel about it. And before I get started, I want each and every one of you guys to go in and put thumbs up to Nick at Night. She's the first blogger that I ever subscribe to, and I love her work. I love her interviews. She's very good at what she does. Phases the next level. Vin TV, just go and get them a thumbs up, because some of these clips I will be using of theirs. So, just go in and give them a thumbs up for doing this interview with these people. It's something we needed to hear. And let's get started. Let's talk about the RICO charge, the enterprise, as they say. Let me start with column B. Demanding absolute commitment to Kelly and not tolerating dissent. Obtaining sensitive information about members, associates of the enterprise to maintain control over them. Recruiting, grooming, and sexual partners for Kelly. And isolating women and girls from friends and family, making them dependent on Kelly for their financial well-being.
Well, truckloads of personal items worth hundreds of thousands of dollars all gone. Johns Creek police tell us two of R&B artist R.Kelly's homes were hit hard by a burglar.
Well, tonight investigators are still counting the value of what was stolen and trying to find the man who they say is behind the high-dollar heist. Well, Fox 5's Jacqueline Schultz joins us live from Johns Creek tonight. And Jacqueline, police say the burglary suspect was actually employed by R.Kelly?
Yeah, police tell me that Alfonso Walker did home repairs and pool repairs for R.Kelly's home, so he did have access and did have a way to get into this rental home behind me, which I'm told by neighbors was used for parties. Now, police say that while R.Kelly was out of town on tour, Alfonso Walker went into R.Kelly's homes and helped himself to everything the musician owned.
Multi-million-dollar home and a second one that were basically cleaned out.
A bling-studded hoodie, a slot machine, R.Kelly memorabilia. These are the items police say were taken from the R&B superstar's two Johns Creek homes by a man hired to do house repairs for the singer, Alfonso Walker, also known as Doc. Police say while R.Kelly was out of town on tour, Walker hired moving crews to clean out the homes of furniture.
Neighbors just said it just seemed like that he was moving to us, and that's what they told us, is that Mr. Kelly was moving.
Then police say Walker sold the furniture and pocketed the cash. Investigators say on November 26th, a maid went to R. Kelly's mansion and main home and found the home cleaned out. Called police, who went to his rental property near McGinnis Ferry Road and also found plenty of furniture gone.
First statement I believe he made to an investigator was that Mr. Kelly owed him money. He's said things as, "I'm being set up."
Detectives tell me they interviewed Walker several times by phone and says the Lawrenceville-based man told them he was traveling. Police say he was supposed to turn himself in on Tuesday. He never did. Captain Chris Byers says he's tracked down 2 people who bought R. Kelly's things.
And they believe that they were legitimately buying Mr. Kelly's stuff that he was legitimately selling.
But investigators say they have no idea how many people bought things belonging to the R&B star. He says R. Kelly wants all his things back.
Example number 1. Police tell us that the guy was actually employed by R. Kelly. And when I went back and started doing research and looking at up, documents of, some of these crime lords, you wouldn't dare take a soda out their refrigerator without their permission. If you did, you probably get your damn arm broke or cut off, okay? So this is another example of them saying that Robert is this crime lord, that his employees afraid of him, the women were afraid of him, and things like that. So let's continue and let's carry on this right here, because I just got to break it down. I'm sorry.
A young kid, 16, a bashful, shy kid. People used to mess with him and, talk about him, and he didn't ever come out. He didn't come out and went to prison to a place where she got an ID.
Or she got a fake ID? Is that what you're saying?
She got it was a real ID, but it was from, downtown. It was a legitimate ID from a work source, say a FedEx place, and then another place was a county building or something. She got legitimate IDs.
So it wasn't like a government ID, it was like a work ID?
It was government ID and a work ID.
And you're saying that it wasn't, if it had her name with a different age, that would make it a fake ID, right?
It's a fake ID, but it was a real ID. It was a government, it's driver's license. And I know somebody in there, and I'll take you in there, and they'll give you a driver's license. You ain't got to take no test. You just give them some money. And that's what happened with that. And
you were just there when she got the fake ID.
I feel like I'm the main fault. I feel like all this is my fault. I live with it every day. And I apologize, and I prayed on it, and it's something that is rocked my world in a way of I'm sorry, and I just what else can I do? It's done. I did not. I was younger myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just had to throw that clip in. I just had to, because he constantly said I and Aaliyah went, not Robert. Robert took her and I drove. He had me to drive them to the federal building, but he always stated I and Aaliyah. Okay, if he in my thing here, and when I'm looking at it and I analyze, okay, like if you felt like it was wrong or whatever she was doing, and you had her in the car with you, and she was willing to get in the car with you to go get a fake ID for whatever reason, so you could have been like, Aaliyah, you don't need to do this, you don't need to jeopardize yourself like this and things like that. I feel like you had Aaliyah in the car, you and Barry Hankerson, and this is my thoughts on it and how you guys roll. We want to launch your career, and if we get a fake marriage license of you and the king of R&B, this upcoming R&B, he's popular right now, he's the hottest thing out here right now, it's gonna launch your career, it's gonna bring more awareness to you, Aaliyah, and bring more attention to you, Aaliyah. It wasn't nothing about nobody getting pregnant, or it wasn't nothing about Robert having sex with this young lady or anything like that. It was to launch her career. The publicity stunt went hella wrong, so all y'all did was try to twist it. In the interviews with Demetrius Smith stated that he and Aaliyah went to purchase an ID. Aaliyah and I went to purchase the ID. So Aaliyah and Demetrius Smith went to purchase the ID. And when he was called out on that, he tried to go on another channel and retwist his statements of what he said about going with Aaliyah on his own to purchase this ID. And so he never said Robert and I took Aaliyah to go get a fake ID. He never said that. So let's go on to the next clip. I just wanted to throw that in there, you guys, because it's a bunch of foolery. And they're trying to just throw all these allegations on Robert for somebody else's doing. And I'm just going to say, hey, that's something, this young lady did as well with Demetrius Smith for whatever reason. And Robert wasn't there.
Like I said, it seemed like they were fitting. We always thought Robert to be a little slow and wanting to be super smart.
I wanted to put this clip in. Multiple people in his camp has always stated that they felt like Robert was, kind of slow. Some of them felt like he had a learning disability. Some said he's autistic. He has autism, and things like that. So it just made it easier for them to prey on him. And so I wanted to throw that in there as I continue to, break down some of these clips and how I feel about, these statements on these, ex-employees and, whoever you want to call them, girlfriends, wives, whatever you want to call them. I just want to break it down. But I wanted you guys to see where I'm going, because these prosecutors are trying to say Robert is a monster that will get out. We can't let him out because he will go and destroy everybody that he knows around him, So I just want to, just bring this to awareness, dear prosecutors.
Saying that she's not a hostage, I believe that because I know Robert Kelly. I don't know Robert.
Think that he's holding any of the women hostage?
Not a hostage, no. Robert Kelly has, again, his mind level is there at the same level. He can talk them out of things. It's just like if you got a man, your level of respect for him is how you hold for him. His display of love to you is what bonds you to. Again, your level of respect for him equates his display of love to you.
Yeah, now, basically, a woman in her early 20s, and his mental capacity is there of a 20-year-old. So you're saying basically they're able to communicate and get along because their mind mentally is in the same place.
Well, he's comforting to them, and they're comforting to him, and he's the provider for them. They like the world they live in. They like walking out in the limelight. When he first got with the dancers, they wanted this limelight. I know Andrea. Andrea is an awesome dancer, and she loved it every night when them lights came on her. And when after the lights and after the show, everybody was, hey. And Robert's way of telling them to stay in straight lines or don't look at people, he felt he told me, Mr. McGlynn used to always tell him, don't go out in front of the audience after your show. And after the show, you leave straight out. You sit back there and wait. And that's what he used to do. And he had them do the same thing, make them want you. But that was the wrong concept to me. But those girls knew what they were doing. And as far as being, I don't think Robert is the hostage. He don't do that. He don't.
So you don't think that he's okay? So you believe that they're able to leave on their own free will, and that it's a consensual relationship.
Yeah, if they leave, they know that what they're walking away from. They want that. Because me, when I left, I didn't have nothing. After 6-7 years with her, I didn't have nothing. That was my fault. You see, I bruised my damn self by staying in it. You see what I'm saying? He ain't beat me up. He didn't say, Johnny, sleep on the couch out there. You got to be here in the morning. If I left and I wasn't there and he didn't miss me, he didn't call me. But if I made myself to where I would be, I tried to create a job to where I'm valuable to where he needed me, then he called me. But if you're just there hanging, man, he liked the company.
Right.
Okay, this ex-employee, Smith, he's, in the interview, he stated that, people wanted to be around Robert and they didn't want to leave that limelight, and everybody was free to go if they chose to. And basically, if they remove themselves from his presence, he's not going to be like, I miss you, come back. So they try to make sure they don't leave because they don't want to miss out on the good life and care that, Robert Sylvester Kelly is, giving to them. And so this being said, and from hearing from everyone else, like, people was like, they didn't want to leave. And, from listening to, people that was around him at the time when Azriel and Joy and all this, the alleged allegations was coming out, people, was like, just send them home. And, he gave them the ultimatum, like, telling them to go home, and they did not want to leave, and then he felt like, Robert felt like, if I send them home, there's going to be, sign of guilt. And if they stay here, I just want to show people that they're not kidnapped or they're not being harmed. And, Robert felt like, the ladies being around him, even with people saying that they're kidnapped and all these other things are going on, it's just proven that they're not kidnapped and he's not causing any harm to them in his mind. So let's move on.
Because, that's just, you just don't hold hostages here in the United States of America. This is not one of them kind of countries and then be out there walking the streets every day. You see, they with him. What kind of power does he have? Now we're giving an illiterate person all this power.
Right.
You see, and now you're saying that, that just says a lot for the medical term. Now we have to relook at the medical terms of things now. You see, this man blows a whistle and people follow. Is that a hypnotic whistle he's blowing? You see what I'm saying? That's what you got to look at now. My memories of Robert. He walks and he sings. If he got a girl confused about something, if he mad, if he think he got to get to this girl, and she's giving him some stress, or he's might be not having the grip he want, he ain't gonna argue with you. Robert ain't like, he gonna sit down on this piano, and he gonna, girl, I've been drowning myself in my own tears. That's her song. Now she going back. She got him again. He got her again. That's
so now she back hooked because he done sung her song.
Her mama and them calling, and I'm okay, mama, I'm cool. Daddy got me. And they living in a good life. Objection with Robert is that you should put him in school. You should have them be man. You should have all your women. You should have them in college. They should be your lawyers, your doctors, and all that. If you got them like that, and he can have it like that, but you don't know what to do with them. So now he's got a bunch of angry.
Let me finish it for him. A bunch of angry females that was sitting around, just like the majority of the women that's, with celebrities and, high profile, guys, with money, wealthy, men. They sit around. All they think about is their name brands, their designer bags and things like that. Just like we dealing with here with a billionaire. I think Dre was labeled, or he's halfway there, or was a billionaire, Dr. Dre. So now he's getting his divorce with his wife. Now she's running around here saying that he ripped up the prenup and things like that. Only thing she was thinking about, like, hey, we're gonna be together forever. But you see how he did that poor child, Miss Chalet, baby, left her on the curb with her baby. But anyway, anywho, so these women, they sit around and they feel like, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that, and they just be these trophy girlfriends and trophy wives and things like that. I can say kudos to Shanti Hunter with Shaquille O'Neal, baby. She put in a just in case fund because she knew he was gonna go out there and do some foolery. So she was like, I tried to hang in there with him, but I'm gonna let him do what he do, but I'm gonna do it on the slick side and get myself together and be ready for this divorce or this breakup. I have to have myself together and established. And when these women get into this, lifestyle with these celebrities, try to do something with yourself. Even with the lady that was with P. Diddy, how long they were together. what did she do for herself? It just sit there and just look pretty and dress up and go to parties. Get yourself a just in case education and something. I'm like, I'm in here. Give me, please. I want to be a nurse, a doctor, or something. Just let me do something while you out on doing shows and stuff. I can be going to school or make something out myself, or I can try to go to school and learn this here so I can help you and move the middleman out the way. To make sure your money is straight and things like that. Something here. I'll give him kudos on what he said. About Robert. Talking to him and trying to be nice and sensitive. Even in that deal Shaz did, you can see how he was talking to him and, let me cut this slice of cake for here. Here you go, Joy. And, he's just being real, calm with them. And from what I was hearing, what my tipster was telling me, that Azriel was one of the fly that's in your ear and the mosquito that's sticky and you just want to get, just go, and she got on everybody's nerves there. And, Robert would, here, take the keys and, go shopping or something. Just go somewhere you go, because you're just like a damn fly in my ear. And if you notice, you hear people that say, Joy. I left to go see Joy. I went back so I could go see Joy. And they always mention Joy. They didn't mention Azriel because they said she was nerve-wracking to them. And if he was this angry monster, and a person like that getting on your nerves, I mean, the poor child probably be broke up somewhere. You know what I mean? For them to put him in this category of being a monster and a mafia crime lord and the notorious gangster and, people like Osama bin Laden and everybody else. You know what I mean? So that's why, I'm showing these clips because, from what I'm hearing from the inside, he was this calm person. And then, listening to his interviews, and he was like, I just can't be around these people. I can't think, I can't focus with people always being negative around me. And Robert wanted people be around him happy-go-lucky and things like that, so he can be able to perform. Like, he can't do his music with a bunch of people always complaining, always nagging and stuff. And he was like, I have to get rid of them. I have to get rid of these people. So, that's the reason why I'm showing this, because what the prosecutors are trying to paint here, that he is this monster. And doing my research and knowing what I know personally and things like that, he's not.
I had went my course. And that's what Barry told me. Barry Hanker said, you just went your course with this one.
Okay. And your situation running its course, there was mentions in my interview that I did with Public Announcement that money was taken from him. From you, or that you took money from him.
Robert
that
gave me. They gave me a. No, I didn't steal. I didn't take no money. I took money from Robert in the beginning, when we were down in New York. That's the only time I took any money. It was just $200, and I took that because my family was hungry, and I was in New York with him, and he had a whole pocket full of money and all. They gave him per diems and everything. He didn't give me nothing, and that's when we first started getting into it. I'm like, I was the kind of person, man. My girl tell me she hungry, my baby hungry. Then I got to get some money, and I'm in New York, man. You can't give it to me. Somebody's finna get a headache. Because I was ready to go outside and take some money from somebody. But instead, I took it out of his wallet because he had a whole bunch anyway. And then I felt like he was wrong to me. And then I told him. You see, so that was in the 90s. Now, we're talking about I left in 95. No, I didn't steal. Now, that's something, but I didn't steal nothing from nobody. I'm not a thief. I'll take some shit from you, but I ain't a thief. I'm a thief, but I ain't taking it from you because you ain't got nothing. You can't give me what I need.
Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Thank you, Neek. Oh, Lord have mercy. This man said he ain't no thief. I ain't no thief, but I'm a thief. I take something from you, but let me get on back to what I'm trying to put into the prosecutor's head. Like, this bastard that stole money out this man wallet, this notorious killer, this notorious man that'll strangle your neck and break all your damn fingers, and he was brave enough to steal from this notorious crime lord and take money and said, hell yeah, I took it out of his damn wallet and I told him. And what employee that y'all said that they were threatening, scared of Robert, that would take some damn money out his wallet and don't leave out that damn place with some broken ass fingers. And then this damn thief said he went back. Robert hired him back. Now, if this man was such a damn crime mind, everybody named mama scared of his ass, I'ma steal his damn money out of his wallet and tell him, and then go back to him and might be somewhere locked up in a damn icebox or refrigerator, head cut off, fingers put off, arm broke, anything. Would I do that? Prosecutors, would I do that? I'm just saying. Let's go on to the next clip. I hope y'all get what I'm trying to throw to these damn prosecutors and they foolery of trying to bring this man down in means necessary and trying to paint a picture out here to the public to make this man look like he a notorious damn killer. And everybody and their mama stealing from this man and nobody dead. Nobody broke up. He done felt sorry for they broke asses after they stole from him and shit and hired them back. Y'all, I tried not to cuss, but honey, whoo, Lord, let's move on. I don't want to get out of place here. Let me move on.
That day, I let him know later, but he told me, I don't even think it's you. I ain't say nothing then, but it didn't come up in '95 to say that's why he fired me. No, way before that. Now, after I left him, I still had the credit card, the American Express. Okay. And here it is. After that, I left him. We're done. And Daryl, his accountant, knew I had this card. And he said, man, you just hold on to that. Shit, I used it.
So
Daryl knew that, so that wasn't stealing either. He knew it. So they didn't turn it off. I said, I got the card. He said, well, you just hold on to that, man. You might need a little something. Don't worry about it.
Child, Darren McDavis didn't say anything because his ass was stealing and plotting to. Whew, Lord have mercy. He said, and proudly said it. Now, this is a notorious gangster mob threatening somebody's life killer that the prosecutor said if this man took his card and stole it, and his accountant, Darren McDavis, knew he had the card, told him to keep it. Now, when I was watching and paying attention to what these real, true crime lord mafias and stuff were did, these employees wouldn't dare. Now, if that was what the prosecutor about Robert, now, if Darren McDavis knew this guy, Demetrius Smith, had a credit card of Robert Sylvester Kelly, his ass would be scared as hell and run straight to Robert and said, this man got your card, and I'm telling you, he got it. He got your card. Because he'll be trembling in his damn boots. And if Robert, this crime lord that will take your neck off and do you so wrong for mistreating and things like that, I don't think this man here, Demetrius Smith, would have taken this man's card and did what he did. He said he had Christmas off Robert Sylvester Kelly's credit card, okay? And I hope y'all getting where I'm trying to throw to these prosecutors, because y'all can find something damn else. Because this man is nowhere, form, shape, enterprise, leader of an enterprise, no shape or form of mind frame to do any harm, to throw somebody off a balcony that has done him wrong. Okay, so y'all can change all that y'all trying to throw out there, but I'm trying to give it out here to y'all, baby. On to the next clip.
Daryl McDavis was his accountant. He said, hold on to it. He didn't say use it. He said, hold on to it. But, here I am broke. I went to the gas station one day. It's winter time in Chicago, Christmas time, and I went to the gas station broke. I'm talking about I had my kids and they didn't have nothing. So what happened after that? I went to the gas station one day and I tried the card and it worked.
Okay.
It was Christmas then. That's just the bottom line. But that was gone from me, way gone. I wasn't. It was over. I wasn't never coming back. But again, he hired me again a year after that. So I didn't think nothing about it. It worked. I used it. Fuck him. That was my thought. So, if you got some beef with that, that's your business. And I ain't steal shit. And that's just the bottom line to it. Well, take it as stealing if you want to. I don't care. If so what? What? I ain't finna sit here and argue about if I took something from that man. Why is it a concern to anybody? Robert hired me back a year after that.
This damn Demetrius Smith is a bad mama jammer. He said I took it. So what? F it. What? And Robert wasn't even in jail then. He wasn't in jail. So he on there like, I sure did. I took it. F him. He said F him to as the prosecutor said, a crime lord that will destroy your life and tear you apart. And he wasn't even in jail. And I see Demetrius Smith walking around here just as free and happy, still trying to sell that damn book that he said was on the shelf for 10 years. He said that's why he did the lifetime of lies, because all he was trying to do was get that book sold. He was trying, and everybody else was trying to get something out of this Lifetime. They use y'all, they pimp y'all. Y'all mad at Rob? Y'all need to be mad at the Lifetime, baby. Lifetime done pimp all of y'all. Took all your little lies and just made millions off you. You run around here trying to sue Robert. Y'all better go in there and sue Lifetime. Tell them to give y'all a percentage of them million. But you see what I'm getting at? Do y'all see what I'm getting at? He said, what? F him. I took it. I sure did. And it was a Merry Christmas for me and my kids. Because you know why? He know how easy, soft-hearted Robert Sylvester Kelly is. But you see what the prosecutors, because see, any mean necessary, the feds and the prosecutors want to win. And they already know that you got people dealing with this pandemic, their businesses and jobs and their kids and everything, and people not into this investigation like his fans and his supporters are. So they can throw anything out there to them. So come on, people. Let's get going. Let's get going here. Let's go on to the next clip.
I feel so bad for him.
It's not over till God says over.
You're right. He has a unique disability. He has a unique, he's autistic.
The ex-employee said he feels sorry for him. The ex-employee said that he has a disability. This is not the only person that has told me that, Robert, suffered with some type of disability. And this employee said that he's autistic. He has autism. And I have heard this a lot. And so, for the prosecutor to say this child is this crime lord that formed an enterprise, really? To say that he formed an enterprise with a disability? Whatever the prosecutors are trying to do here, may it be with the politicians, may it be with Sony, may it be because they're angry because he beat a case in 2008. We're in America here, and the law said you're innocent until proven guilty. He has proved his innocence in 2008, and that shall be this guy go on with his life because he did what the constitutional law allow him to do, prove his innocence to everyone in America, with 12 jurors sitting there. Listen to the evidence. Are you trying to make him the poster child? Is this the politicians and the Me Too world? And what are we trying to do here to a person with a disability? You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. Prosecutors, feds, judge, Kim, Fox, whoever, the so-called friends, ex-employees, the women he tried to help out and had sympathy for. And, I must say this, and I working with people with disabilities, people with that, autism, They are loving, kind people. They love to love and accept people even when they mistreat them. Maybe y'all need to look into that, really and truly. I know a lot of people get upset and don't want to hear about disability with Robert because he's this music genius, but accept it and embrace it, because everything that Robert has gone through with a disability, he's amazing. And people with disabilities are amazing people. So just embrace what he was able to do and to achieve, even with people like Demetrius Smith, his accountant, his publisher, all these people that was employed to try to help Robert took advantage of his disability. And that's what I want you guys to know on that. We're going to go on to the next clip.
Right now, because I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about Tiffany Hawkins, the first girl, and Susan Loggins, who was the attorney that someone took her to. See, it was all about the money. See, we're dealing with disabilities, and he has them, yet he's a gift in his music. I just wanted to start with Susan Loggins first. And the other attorney that I took Tiffany to. See, I didn't get no money for them. It's not about the money, see. And that's why I'll speak out now, you see, because all of them got money. Susan Loggins. And then what does she do? She'll go out and get other people, recruit people to prosecute Robert for deals. See, it was all about getting money.
Prosecutors, it was all about these employees getting the money. Yes, he has a disability. I took Tiffany to this attorney, Susan Logan, the woman that was getting probably more than 1/3 in recruiting these women. But I didn't get my part. She didn't want me a part of it, Susan Logan. So I told Tiffany I'm going to take her to another attorney. And see, prosecutors, these women walking around, as the elderly say, foot loose and fancy free, okay? Nothing happened to these people. So I want to say this to say, lawsuits, and you say that Robert retaliate and he will hurt a person. And my question to you in the feds, why these women never was in protective, services, witness protective services, to keep them safe from Robert. Okay? They did a lifetime of lies, and they started doing interviews, and he was out. But no one was in fear. So now you guys want to plant, he's a monster, to paint an image of him to sway the potential jurors. Because if you felt that this man would do harm to anybody, all this stuff that's been going on with these women coming out, all in the public, and book deals, and giving information on the website, address, time, and date, where they're going to be at, where they're going to be speaking at, and things like that. Do you think if they felt like they were in danger, they will be anywhere around displaying their whereabouts of where they're going to be? They will be somewhere in hiding, at Uncle JoJo's house or somebody in the country area, off in the woods somewhere, if Robert was in danger. So I hope y'all see what I'm getting at on this. I'm finna put some more clips up here. I know it might be a little long because the more I see, the more I just add. So, hey, the trial's supposed to be in September. I have no time to be bored. Thank you for tuning in to Texas Black Diamond Entertainment. This is your girl, Texas Black Diamond. Continue to watch part 2